They fighting for you.
Man, I just hate that I did Amber wrong like this.
Well,
It's just, she didn't deserve any of this.
no, she didn't. But the fact that you actually have an ounce of remorse about it shows that that man that you're trying to be, he's in there. Because a lot of men do the dirt they do, and they don't have an ounce of remorse of how they left a woman. And your conscience and your character, in spite of stinking there for a minute, made you realize you needed to make amends for what you had done. And the fact that you're doing that gives you a lot more integrity and character than a lot of brothers out here. I'm just saying, just focus on moving forward, baby. You got a second chance. That don't come easy.
Technically, we're not really back together. We're still trying to work things out.
And that's good. Take it slow. Take it slow. Because it's going to take a lot for her to forgive you, baby. And for real talk, it's going to take a lot for you to forgive yourself. Forgiving others is easy, baby. Forgiving yourself is the challenge. Because you're going to constantly beat yourself up. But you got to convince yourself that that was the old Anthony. That you are evolving and becoming a better man. You hear me?
Right.
It's going to take some work, sugar. Lord, these hot flashes is crazy. I hope you're ready for that, because she got about a good, 15 years, but she melting for no reason. Even though I am full, but
I love you, Coach.
I love you too, baby. I love you too. I do. And I believe in you, baby. If you are serious, I don't know. I feel you are. Kind of little doing the raising. I know that good man. That good man with integrity and character. Hear me. Let's go back in this house because I feel my way moving. It's hot out here. She got dessert.
She might be going something for you.
So they done had dinner, and Coco and Anthony is outside, and he basically is asking his aunt, do you think I really deserve Amber? And as cousin Coco, I was going to tell him, absolutely, positively, no, you don't deserve this woman. And rightfully so, because she has been a good woman to him since they've been married. Okay. I will say that. And she has been trying to be the woman that he needs her to be. Even though she made a mistake with Wayne and all, now she's basically telling Anthony that, deep down inside, I know you are a man of integrity. You are a man with a heart. And the fact that, because he said she didn't deserve what he did to her. She was like, the fact that you are remorseful for that, then that shows that you are a decent man, because a lot of men will just do it to her and don't even worry about what they did and keep moving on. And that is an honest to God statement, what she just made. A lot of people in general, not just men, a lot of people in general, if they wrong you, they just keep on keeping on. They don't really care about it one way or the other. So she's very honest on that part. So he's showing a sense of remorse about what he has done to her, which I just uploaded a video on what I'm looking at might be happening with Amber if she doesn't completely trust that he's being real with her. Because the only reason I say that with her now is because of her facial expressions. Every time she finished talking to him, it's almost like she's pissed off and she walks off upset with him almost on a daily, On top of that with her, it's just that God, look, there's no limitation with God, and I know that. And he can do all things. But just in the reality of the fact, it takes time. Just like what Coco was saying, cousin Coco was saying with Anthony, it's going to take time in order to do that. And forgiveness. And forgiveness is a big thing. And although we say, even with Amber, she might say she forgive Anthony with her mouth, but is she truly forgiving him with her heart? Because it seems like every single day she's saying, I forgive him, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then the very next day she's turning around and she's saying she's not, which could just be a struggle a struggle with her far as trying to accept the fact that she wants to move forward with this. And Anthony made a valid point. They're not really back on track yet, and they're not really together. You heard him tell her that. Well, at least in his mind. But one would think after y'all done slept together, after y'all prayed together, after you told her she's your world and she says she wants to really do this with you, you would think his response would be that we're working towards being together. But instead he says we're really not together. which still creates doubt that maybe he's not completely won over, and maybe he's still with his plan of just trying to protect his assets. And I know this was a positive scene as far as Coco speaking life into him. But I'm just I want to show you the comparisons of what I'm seeing when it comes to this. And nothing Coco said was wrong. Everything she said to him was right. But just like she was trying to tell him he needs to forgive himself, Amber has to forgive herself as well for being so naive when it came to a lot of stuff she just let go straight over her head. And don't get me wrong, I could see where she's trying to, where she's going through the changes of trying to forgive him and the struggle power that she's having. I'm not saying any of that, but let's just remember when we speak so much of karma for somebody, like y'all keep stressing Shayla karma, as if Shayla's the only one who did this by herself. Anthony, just because he wants to get back with his wife doesn't mean he's a saint, or at least appear like he's trying to get back with his wife. Doesn't mean that he is a saint. It just never seems to amaze me how people jump from one extreme to the next instead of just looking at things from all angles. They get upset. Well, they get upset because no one agrees with what they're saying. You know, with me, I'm all about perspectives, and I just like to hear what everybody thinks. When it comes to these skits and these real life situations, but we have to look at things realistically, y'all. If you haven't noticed, what I do on a lot of my reviews, I speak about something from a past review on the current review to kind of roll it over to keep you thinking about how I'm processing my thoughts on these reviews that I'm doing. And it's no different from this one. But just keep in mind that just because Amber picked up a Bible on one skit, let's be real, all she did was pick up a Bible on one skit. And she's been quoting a lot of different scriptures and applying them to herself as she sees based off of how she's feeling. So if y'all have this much grace for Amber and all the stuff that Amber has done while she's been married, she hasn't cheated on her husband, but there's so much other stuff that she has done. Let's just look. Amber has allowed Jay, her cousin, wife. She kept Jay's wife, which is Ernestine, secret about Ernestine's affairs. This is while she's married, y'all. She put his wife's side piece, her male side piece, her boyfriend, up in a house that she had for rent. She put him out when she was convicted on it, but she still did it. She kept Brittany's secret when Brittany was around here cheating on Dalen with Tigger. She did so many other things that would not say that she's a virtuous woman. Even recently, she dated 2 men and she's still married. Although she did not sleep with them, she dated these men at the same time. Remember the restaurant where she walked in with Victor and Calvin was looking like, who is he? So she hasn't been walking the straight and narrow as a virtuous woman. Let's just cut the bull, okay? Let's just look at it for what it is. So if you're that forgiving towards Amber and Anthony, why are y'all so hard on Shayla? I think that's hypocritical, because if you could be forgiving for them and all the mess that they created, then why can't you be forgiving to Shayla? And so this is the perspective I'm trying to get everybody to see. Everybody has their own agenda, and for some reason I cannot shake, and still can't, that maybe Amber has her own agenda as well. And of course, that is my opinion. So we can be respectful on this platform. We can agree to disagree and then carry on. But this is how I'm seeing it. And I sort of look deeper into things than most people do, and I do realize that. But this is my take on what I'm seeing. And so with Anthony, I think he went into this with a plan, but because of everything Amber's saying to him, I think she might be woeing him over to where he might not want to go through whatever plan him and Shayla was concocting up. Because when he went over there and said, trust the process, he was literally telling her to trust him. He did not leave her. When he went over there to go drop the baby off, when Shayla said, you left me and Kai, he said, I did not leave y'all. This man was still on the fence with Shayla. Not on the fence. He was still going for Shayla. He was not doing this for Amber. He was doing it to protect his assets to be with Shayla and Kai. And although everybody want this romantic story at the end and for, true love to prevail, this marriage was built on a lie. It wasn't built on a solid foundation, not from Amber and not from Anthony. The two A's, AA. They each had their own set of issues bringing into this marriage. So it was like one creator said, it was doomed to fail from the beginning. But I'm not wishing destruction on anybody's marriage. I'm not. I'm just pointing out all the things that I see. So let's just be mindful of that, I guess, when we're saying whatever. And again, let's remember, this is my platform. I make these videos and I'm making them because I'm giving out my opinion about it. And I'm reading every one of y'all's opinion about what y'all feel. And you're entitled to your opinion on the platform, and I appreciate it. But I am a very outspoken person. I'm very blunt and I'm very direct. And so if you feel like you can come at me in my comment section, then be expected to come back at. And I'm just being real. I'm not there yet like that. For the most part, I'll block you. But this is just a few. And out of all the people that I get views from, the majority, they're great. It's just one or two, maybe one or two. Actually, I only seen about 2 people so far. But it's just like the first comment, they would hurry up to try to put a negative comment on my video when I uploaded the video. And to me, that's just crazy. But anywho, let me digress, because y'all, I can go into something, okay? But as always, be your brothers and your sisters' keeper. Keep God first. Don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. Talk to you in the comment section, because that's where all the action is. And toodles.